Good evening, everyone. Last video tonight for the Padme series, going on offensive in Arena. I just wanted to demonstrate one last team for you, and that's to try to take the number 3 spot. This one I probably will not win, and the reason for that is the Brood Alpha. Brood Alpha is very difficult for Padme teams to get around when it's in this lineup. And there's two reasons for that. First of all, there's the obvious Geonosian Brute. Geonosian Brute does not auto-taunt out the gate, which is a problem for Padme teams. Because what will happen is when you call to assist and Ahsoka goes, she will not generally be attacking the Brute. She'll be attacking Malak. When she attacks Malak, she will crit. Most of the time when she crits, that will make her do fear. And that will basically take away all the protection up in the future. The other reason is the glide sleep here. The glide sleep, this also dispels all buffs and puts exposes up. And removes turn meter, but the biggest thing is all that wonderful protection up that you rely on a Padme team to fuel it and make it get a lot of courage and get a lot of protection before the courage is taken out of the equation here. It makes it very difficult. You have to do a lot of reacting to what's going on here. Apologize for the last couple of videos. They always cut out. The one thing, when I'm doing this on my phone, I always have to keep my finger on the touch screen a little bit, or what will happen is my phone will go to screensaver mode and the video will shut off. That's what happened both times there. I should learn to avoid it, but just means I have to keep on touching the screen every once in a while, or I lose the video, and I'm not very good at video editing to try to parse together. I'm going to make this attempt here. Probably won't go my way, as I said. Still going to do it just to show you why it tends to be so painful. But we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Okay, so the initial stuff is pretty similar. So we got the Brute here. Actually, it does have the... okay, and you can see it goes away. So when the taunt goes away, now we're in a bit of an extremis situation because both Anakin and Ahsoka, with their high crit ratings, will be focusing on Malak. That will create fear on them, and that will reduce potentially, see fear on Anakin right there. Now we're going to do the same thing to Ahsoka, and that's going to take away a lot of that protection up we normally get. See? So only got a little bit of courage on Ahsoka. Not ideal. But we can at least buff block, maybe health block Malak here. Not so much that time. We can health block him this time. So now a lot of options here. You still want to try to focus down HK-47. It's the most dangerous. It's a little harder now because what will happen is pretty soon we'll have a wall. Now we have a wall of taunts for the Geonosian Brute. Very hard to pierce. Now the confusion helps. Confusion from C-3PO does a lot to mitigate that. Unfortunately, here what we don't have at this time is a lot of confusion stacks. I'm going to try to throw up a little bit of a counter. Unfortunately, we got the C-3PO out, but Padme's gone. Now, notice that hasn't really happened in the past a whole lot, but it's happened now. It makes things a lot more difficult because a lot of those calls to assist are now no longer in place. So I have to figure out how to get rid of this team as quickly as possible. Try to get rid of Darth Revan. Did. I'm going to lose Kenobi here in a little bit, I bet you. But I'm going to keep on trying because you never know for sure until you get it done. Try to take out the Brood Alpha if I can. It did. Enough courage can sometimes win this for you. If we do, that's more luck than anything else. Like I said, this battle can be quite difficult to circumvent here, and you just have to try to keep on working around it. Okay, we've been very lucky at this point. Usually I don't have this many characters left when it comes down to Malak. If we can health block, that's good. At least that we lost Kenobi, but at least we got Anakin and Ahsoka. We can try to get some protection up with the with his AoE attack, and then keep working Malak here. As long as he has health block, we have a chance. So this is good. As long as we keep this up, we may lose Ahsoka or we may lose Anakin, but as long as that health buff's in place, we won the battle. That's kind of unusual. Very RNG dependent. Lose a lot more characters than we normally do. So now you can tell why that's a much more difficult battle. Usually I don't win very often. I can pull it off occasionally, as you've just seen there, and it usually requires a big stroke a lot more than anything else. But that's it in a nutshell. I want to show you guys that last battle. If you're looking to keep me from the number one spot or the number two spot, building this team will work marvelously. I'm not recommending it because I want that to happen, but I'm just letting you know. If you're looking for a good counter to this team I'm using, that team is it. There's no other team that gives me quite as much trouble as that one usually does. Um, but like I said, a triangle meta is a good thing. The more teams we have in play, the more diversity we have, the smarter we have to play our teams. We're no longer just the contest of who's got the better mods and who's got the better who spent more money on the characters. It's got a little more diversity here. With the Padme team, it doesn't have to be the fastest. In fact, you don't want to be the fastest. You can sit there and wait for them to take their turn, and you can react rather than act. It just creates a whole new dynamic. You have to really know your team well to play it well. But when you do, it's very satisfying because now people have to figure out a way around you too. And that's the beauty of having these triangle, rock, paper, scissors, or whatever type of metas. So I hope that's what we continue to see in the future. I have a lot of optimism here. I'm hoping that's what we continue to see. I hated to have to continue to level on my Jedi Knight Revan and then see myself fall 50 spots because it couldn't last on defense at all unless I put something else in its place. That's kind of a dumb meta. I hate when we have that type of thing. You want to have as many options as people so people don't exactly know what they're doing. For those of us who've been around, we remember a time where things were all over the place. This was before Count Dooku 1.0 and he just evaded everything. You were just new to the game. You're attacking all sorts of things. You might have been popping things with wigs, or you might have been doing who knows what. But and things have gotten very much feeding the whales. I didn't like that stage. It really started with Jedi Revan, and it just got worse from there. But now we've kind of reached a point where I think we're starting to see a little diversity again, and that's a good thing. I hope these videos have been helpful for you and at least kind of getting an idea of what Padme brings to the table, and it also kind of gets you an idea what kind of the weaknesses and the strengths are. Anyway, that's all my series of Padme videos. I wish you guys success in your grand arenas and even in the arenas, even when you're taking me out. As long as it's not in my payout, that's all good. That's the way the game's played. But anyway, if you have any questions, I'm open on Discord or in line chat, and you have a good evening. Handle Star Saber, signing out.